April from Fuck Off, and today we're doing our tag video that we received from Daryl from the Simply Incredible podcast. It is our top 10 non-Funko collectibles. So we're going to go ahead and count down because there is, we kind of just started collecting. There's some that we collected over the years, and then there's some that we just started recently collecting. So we're going to go ahead and start with number 10. Number 10. Alright. I am a humongous Lady and the Tramp fan. I actually love the movie. It's one of my favorites from when I was a kid. My scrub tops, I have like 2 scrub tops that are Lady and the Tramp for work. And then my mom got me this. This is one of my favorite things that I have that is Lady and the Tramp. It is a one-of-a-kind collectible. It is a wooden Lady and the Tramp. The moon actually lights up. I don't have a battery in it. But that is one of my favorite ones that she got me. It's like a limited edition. That's the back of it here. But that is one of my favorite ones. And then she also went to Walt Disney World a couple years ago, and she got me a Lady and the Tramp salt and pepper shakers. So they are one of my favorite things to collect. I actually have quite a few more things, but I just wanted to show you a couple things that I had. Number 9 is our Blu-ray television show DVD bus. So we actually have The Strain. If you've not seen that show, it's a really awesome show, so check it out. It is actually, if I turn it down, I hope you guys can kind of see it. If you haven't watched the show, and if you have watched the show, I want to tell you, like, the top of our bus here is actually the Master's coffin. It's actually like really detailed. It's amazing. And it opens up to the back. Whoop, and then there comes the DVD. So our Blu-ray DVD. So put that back in. And we also have a Walking Dead one as well. But he is actually Dave. I call him Dave, my cameraman, because he actually holds our camera. And I will show you guys later at the end there what Dave looks like. So,
here comes Dave.
Oh, okay, we're going to do Dave now. Alright. Dave is our cameraman. So there's Dave. And if you take Dave, his Blu-ray out, Dave's arm goes down. Put Blu-ray back in, Dave's arm goes up and says hello. He's actually our cameraman, so this is Dave. What an unusual way to use him, but we do it anyway. Alright, so Dave actually concludes as our number 8. And then number 7, I actually collect a weird object, and my dad got me started on it when I was a really little kid. Took me to an antique store, and I went over, and there was a bowl full of matchbook covers. And of course he bought them. He smokes cigarettes and cigars and everything else, so he bought them for me. And I ended up loving how each one of the covers has something different on it, and it got me into collecting when I got older. And I have over 2,000 matchbook covers. If I brought them all on here right now, I would never be able to show you each individual one. They all are different and unique, and I enjoy collecting them. They come from all over. I have some that are Hawaii, I have some that are Florida, Gatlinburg, Texas. Actually, I have them from probably every 50 state. And then there's some that are unique within themselves. But here's just a few I'm going to show you guys. These are pretty old. And I have some on here that are 1930s, 1940s, like the musicians, and big bands, and movie stars. And there is some on here that are from hotels from all over, loan companies. There's so many that are over there. Let's see here. Gosh, I'm trying to find you one that's really cool. The one I really like the most is the Gerber one. Make sure he's like there. You can see him. He's actually the Gerber baby one, so I'm definitely not going to be seeing that. Another one that's really cool that I really love is the 7-Up one. So there's Wrigley gum on there too. So that's just some of them that I collect them old and new. So I kind of have a broad collection of them. But that is that, and like I said, that is only like a little tiny 9¼ piece of my whole collection. So there's those. And the next one is number, what are we up to? 6. And this one here is one of my favorite. I am a humongous Outcast fan. If you have not seen the TV show that's on Cinemax, go check it out. It's awesome. This one here is the humongous artist proof edition of the comic. And inside of it is black and white. This thing does not, like the camera does not give justice of how big this is. It's so big and so awkward, but I love it. It is one of my favorites. I actually just started collecting not long ago, and there's like some comics that I am like missing that I need to get. Other than that, I almost got all of them, but when I saw this one, I had to have this. So this is a nice addition to my collection for Outcast. So number 5, I like to collect books. I've been collecting books for a while, and I actually love the Doors too. They're one of my favorite bands. I love them, and there's actually a couple books that they have out, and this one's Light My Fire, and this one was by Ray, and the other one is Riders on the Storm, and it was done by John of the band members, and they're both first edition books, and these are really kind of cool. I've actually found these in Columbus, Ohio at an old bookstore. And there was actually both of them there, so I grabbed them. And they are in my collection as well. And I do collect a lot of books, so I actually have a few. So number 5 is a taxidermy bat. We actually started collecting them. I got this one for Matt for his birthday. And it's really different and unique. He actually wanted to hang it up one time in the dining room, and that's just not something I would like to have while eating. I'm just kind of weird about it. But it is really neat to see. They're different. I mean, that thing is weird to the back there. But it's really kind of creepy and extremely interesting at the same time. So that's another one that we collect. Alright, so number 4 is, like I said before, I'm a book collector, and I actually have like one that is actually in museum glass. It's my only autographed book I ever had, and I got it, and it's I don't know if you guys remember the show Destination Truth, if you guys watched it on Sci-Fi. Josh Gase was the host of that show, and he actually went around and he went to all sorts of different places looking for monsters and ghost stories and everything else. And this is actually the book that he wrote, and it is autographed by Josh. If I can get it open, there you go. Autographed by Josh. And I even got the certificate of authenticity with it. Put that out there for you guys too. But it's my only autographed book that I have, and I love it. And like I said, I am a book collector, so it is very special because I've never had anything that was autographed before. So it goes into safety glass. So I put that one back in there. And that is one of the other ones that I have that are special. So 3 is I am an Edgar Allan Poe fan. And this is one of my books that were really hard to come by. He's like super hard to find anywhere, especially here in Ohio. It's not very easy. I think I've been to a ton of antique stores. We actually have 2 big ones here. That's where I found this one at. I went to little tiny bookstores, the antique collectible bookstores, and they're extremely hard to find. This one here is Tales of Mystery and Imagination. This one is actually done by Harry Clark. And it is, let's see if I can get it. These books are a little bit more common now. This is the first edition print. It has some colored photos and some black and white photos throughout it. See, there we go. There's a nice big one. But I like Edgar Allan Poe a lot, and this is one of the books that I've seen and I love to have. And even the front cover is really, really neat. 1928. So yeah, even the front of it, it's a little rough around the edges, but like I said, these are really kind of hard to come by. So I try to get them in the best condition possible, and this one is quite old, so this is my oldest one that I have, but it's quite old itself, so it's kind of hard to come by the ones that are that old. Number 2 is, once again, another Edgar Allan Poe book. It is The Bells. And I'll take it out of the plastic here for you guys. I do keep my books that are like extremely old in plastic. It's just much easier. They're actually like the plastic little covers. It just keeps the dust and the dirt and fingerprints and everything off of them. This one here, I don't know if any of you guys are Edgar Allan Poe fans, but if you like to read, that's one that you need to pick up. This one here is actually from 1881. This is an extremely old book. It is actually my oldest book that I have, but it's not my most rarest and awesome book that I have of Edgar Allan Poe, but it is my oldest one. And the illustrations are awesome in it. This one was actually hard to come by. I've never seen another one out. I've actually seen them on eBay. That's about it. Maybe just one other one that looks just like this. But it is one of the ones that I do collect that are Edgar Allan Poe's. I have my number 1 here, and I'll give you a little bit of backstory about why I started collecting books to begin with. I actually worked at an antique store a while, like probably a good 5 or 6 years ago, and I actually came across the Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. The book was just beautiful. I never seen a book look like it. It was totally different and unique, and I asked for it for Christmas, so my mom ended up actually giving me the Raven for Christmas. And I started doing some research on it and could not find very much information on it other than the fact that it was in 1884 and that it was probably given out as like an extra a gift for buying something at a store back then. So it was actually given out for free. So I have only come across one of these books. They were on eBay and it was in poor condition. It looked awful. And amazingly, mine is in decently condition. I wouldn't say like it looks brand new or anything, but it's got some wear on it. Other than that, I can't find anything more about it. I actually keep it in like safe place. I don't ever take it out hardly at all. It's actually bound, if you guys can kind of see it, it's actually bound by string. It's not staples or any kind of glue or anything like that. It's actually bound by string, and even it's not even an American book. It was actually done in England. I'll show you guys the cover of it. I don't like to usually take this one out because, like I said, it's really rare. I can't find another one of them. I've done a lot of research and cannot find anybody that knows anything about this book. There's the back of it too. And the inside of it, it's done by Harold Copy. He also, he was really young when he did this book. He was just starting out. He ended up doing like one of Charles Dickens, I think it's The Christmas Carol. I believe he did one of that work like later after he did this book for Edgar Allan Poe. And it was all illustrated by him. And it was done by Raphael Puck and Sons. And that's the to and from page that comes out as a gift. So that's there. And this is one of my favorite books. Like I said, it's just different and unique within itself. Even the inside of it's different. I've never seen anything like it. And trying to get you guys a picture here. Even the illustration inside is beautiful. It's just a beautiful piece of art. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite books. And it's what all started off collecting any kind of Edgar Allan Poe book, and even down the line. I also have a first edition Bambi. So that's like one of my many ones that I end up having. So I actually do have quite a bit of books. So that is that there. So that is just some of the 10 things that are non-Funkos that I collect, and that's pretty much what we have. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, funk off!